Hello on for part 2 of the Mayhem flashback series thing, we want to call this. So this is day 2 and 3 together. I ended up combining these two because I knew nothing was really going to happen on day 3. So it's better just to combine them together because otherwise you'd be waiting a longer time for a video. So we did make a lot of changes since day 1. Since we got a lot of drops, we got since then a couple exalts, we got in a lot of gems. We crafted some crazy stuff. So we'll do the map showcase first, and I'll talk about the build. So I'm gonna map showcase all 3 Conquerors right here, just to get the. This is on Awakener 2. We already did a. What do you want to call it? A corrupted tier 12, 8 modded map very easily. The build absolutely destroys it. Build has no problems whatsoever. The only thing really is just building up my health. That's really the only thing at this point, since the health right now is super low. But that's because of the 2 cluster jewels. I'll go over those in a little bit. So we made we bought an NA6 link. That's pretty much whatever 6 link I can find available. I just bought it, and pretty much we're just trying to push maps. So I had the race thing up, which you probably saw in the last video, but since I didn't realize everyone decided to play Elementalists during this race for some reason, I thought everyone was going to be playing Necromancer, Duelist, or Champion and Gladiator. So that's why I went with this build. Apparently everyone wanted to do this in Guardian. So the Guardian build I'm glad we didn't do because the Uniques still don't exist for some reason. Which I thought they would by now, but they're still gone. So I had nothing I can really do about that build, so I'm sort of glad we didn't try that one out. But as you can see right now, the build on tier is a little muscle level, but it's still going through no problem. Taste of Hate, the Flask is probably, or Forbidden Taste is probably your most important one. The Flask is amazing. So the cluster jewel POB will be linked in the description below. So far what we're making. There are some changes I want to make to the build based on what I'm seeing so far. And you can see the Conqueror's health is just falling. Oh, he died? Oh. Well then. I guess don't do what I did and stand there. No, that's actually the first time we died since level 80 or so. So we ripped from 670 to 60%. So yeah, definitely that sucked. So yeah, don't do that and just stand there trying to be funny face tank. This is not like the Necromancer version where you can actually do that. So the only gear piece we're missing is the brass dome, but it still doesn't exist yet, so there's no way I can get one. Let's try this again. She's already dead, so. So the brass dome's missing. How are your maps? I think that's the only thing. And maybe cluster jewels if we want to make them better. But right now we're just running whatever we can just for the time being. And we're also trying to get the couple maps to pop up too. Mud, Gyre, and Crystal to finish the multi-mod. I'll show you with Delirium. It's pretty simple. Cassie is super simple, doing blight maps. It's you stand there, move around like golems keep killing everything. Delirium is not hard right now. I mean, it's pretty much just a walkthrough with this build. As long as you pretty much keep using your flasks, which is the one thing I keep forgetting to do, you have no problem. Flasks are probably your most important thing. They protect you. It gives you 8% fizz mitigation. Our chaos resistance is maxed out. All our resistance is fully maxed. And dead. Because we're not going to do Destroying Drox. Another one of these. We've seen a lot of those drop from this league so far. Sadly, not worth anything. But yeah, this build pretty much just. That's why this thing keeps running circles. We also did have Animated Guardian. It was the exact same Animated Guardian we used in in early put here. What do you want to call it? Early Heist League. Exact same thing, except the helmet. I just went with whatever we can find. Since the helmet, didn't want to spend 30 chaos on. But the Anime Guardian did die somehow, but just because we don't have a lot of stuff going for Anime Guardian. That's why I'll make some changes to this build I'll talk about. But pretty much in all your gear, you want to pretty much look for life, resist, and resistance. And get chaos too if you can. That's what I focused on. I just searched for life and chaos resistance on every piece of gear. And just looked at, can this piece of gear be crafted? Another resistance if needed. Yes, I'll buy it. No, we move on to the next one. And it has to be armor based too. That's really important. Because if you get armor based on all your gear, it helps you a lot. Because you want to go with highest possible on phys damage negation with this build. Because Brass Stone will give you like another 5,000 armor or so. It's just getting one's not the easy part. Since we've only seen one so far appear in the trade chat or the trade website, but it was over 300 chaos, and it was just for a base version too, which makes sense on day 3. No, that was day 2. That was yesterday. Day 2 of the league, so it makes sense why it was so expensive. But I would definitely recommend this build if you want an easy one. I do think the Necromancer overall is stronger. It's just this one is a whole lot cheaper with all the gear being rares compared to the gear being all uniques. Because like Shavs is not cheap to get. Maybe we went the wrong way or something here. Like Shavs is expensive. Vertex is 50 chaos, which is about 1 exalt. What is it? Syntrex are usually cheap. Vertex or the Vincent rings we don't really talk about. Those are about 300 plus exalt, chaos. What else do we not talk about? Pretty much the belt. It doesn't really exist usually until like the first week or so. But in general, if you're gonna play golems, I would say pick it up on day 1. Get all the primordial jewels done on day 1, no matter what. Day 1 and 2 should be your main focus, and then go for everything else after that. It'll definitely save you a lot of time, make your life a whole lot easier. Because primordial jewels, getting those is what's gonna be a biggest headache. We'll do this real fast, so about 8 minutes to go through all the conquers. Just slow, but it's not bad for day 3. Then let's do this. I don't know, let's put it here for right now. Just want to get Awakener 3. Now we're on Awakener 3, so it's pretty easy. As you can see, the build's extremely strong. I recommend it to anyone. This is pretty interesting. Hey, Ochi, Ichiman, whatever you call it. Oh, there's our mud guys. So we're actually going to run this after the stream. That will spawn one of the maps we needed too. And channel we don't need. So yeah, it's pretty much... So, map showcase. Map's extremely strong. Build's good. Build's strong. I'll kill everything. The golems you're going to run is going to be 4 carry-on and 1 stone, 1 chaos. That's usually a setup you run these 3. Your... zombies, which are pain. They're just pretty much there as decoy totems, pretty much. Spectres, it's the same one from X7. The 2 Carnage, 1 Host, Chieftains. Your Skitters, and that's pretty much it. It's a lot different than Necromancer, where you have this whole bar going crazy. Because the gear, so the Cold Iron Point with the Assassin's Mark, Flesh Offering, Vulnerability Curses, I just forget to cast them and use Flesh Offering. We ended up getting the Elder Helm. I just searched for the only one on the market that had life, and it was Elder base that we can at least use later for crafting, or at least had some type of life on it. But pretty much this is nice because it just gives you more life on your Ray Spectre, Elemental Army, which I don't like, but it gives you more resistance on them, I guess. Ray Zombie and Blood Magic just for the Ray Spectres. We're still using Jinx Juju with the Ravenous Horde. It's just something as a placeholder. until we can actually get the extremely late game amulets for the +1 intelligence and fizz. But those are not going to be cheap. It's still our 5 chaos shield. The Sapphire is probably a lot less now. With the level 10 Molten Shell, Frost on Wall, and level 1 cast damage taken. Both unset rings. These are, when you search these, I just search for life and chaos res, and just hope that something came on that has at least another resistance that we can craft on it, and a good life roll, which both of these were the only 2 in the market I saw for 10 chaos each. I only saw 2 of these ever appear during the whole 2 days. I was searching for them. So pretty much it's, both rings are almost the exact copy. There's life, chaos res, and any other type of res I can get on them. And it's pretty much the flame dash and the conviction. You can, doesn't really matter where you put in these two, between these 5. Just put them somewhere. So boots, it was just 30% movement speed, life, chaos res. And all of these gear, I searched for chaos res at 20. So just make it easier. And I just took whatever I can find that was armor base. That wasn't over 10 chaos. And it's just the Stone Golem, Chaos Golem, Animated Guardian, and Feeding Friends. Or Feeding Frenzy. Belt, same thing. Stygian with life, chaos res, and any other res I can get on it that I needed. And the Eye Jewel is just something I had laying around just for minions deal 15% more damage on minion skill. If I was going to redo this, I would do that one, but with life on it too. Or even Onslaught, Blinds, good too. There's a lot of good stuff you get on this. I'm just too lazy to fix it. Gloves, it's just armor based like usual. It's pretty much the exact same thing. Life, chaos res. I got lucky, but it's a triple res glove. I just got 10 chaos. It's your usual generosity with your dread banner for the minions. You don't have to link these two. It was just the way that the gloves fell with the blue bean up here. And it's your Skitterbot and your Pride. Your Pride is the only aura you use just for the more fizz. Nearby enemies take more fizz damage. That's it. So that's it for the gear. We finished leveling all the gems mainly. It's just I gotta decide if I'm gonna keep this character or we're gonna reroll. Because I played this character mainly just to compete for the Demigod. But once the fact that everyone started playing Elementalist, there's no way I could. I would have left this character and re-rolled this morning. Well, we rolled on Sunday, but I had to work, so I couldn't re-roll to a Juggernaut, which only 25 people are in runnings for that. So Juggernaut would have been a super easy Demigod to get. But I just didn't have the time because of work. So it's pretty much I'm going to either keep this character and just end up resetting all the gems to 120 by selling the level 20 gem and with the 1 GCP to reset it to 120. That's an option. Or we're just going to end up selling them all at 20-0 or 120, whatever sells better. And also depending on what we need for next character, which I have no idea what we can play next. Because I do also have 6 of these at 20-0 sitting right here. And I also did, I have a 118 up here, which I can make a 120, depending on which one sells better. And we also did craft this also. This is a minions have 12% more life with Dread March and Renewal, which are the 2 you want. Just so it's more life on it. Regeneration, double damage. It's the ideal one you want. We just crafted for easy. So skill tree. So Uber Lab is done. It's the same as last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we end up respecting this off. We respect all of these early points away. So it's pretty much, Ravenous Horde is the anointment. So we did end up getting we do have 2 cluster jewels now. We crafted actually both of them ourselves. We got really lucky on this one. So this one is Renewal Rhino Claws, which is what you want to get. ISB item level 68, I think. Pretty much I got real lucky. This took me 5 alterations and 2 regals to get. So super lucky. Never really get that lucky on these, especially the large cluster jewels. Because the second one we tried rolling for took a lot longer, and we only ended up getting Ryan Claws and Primordial Bond. So I kept it just because Ryan Claws is what we needed. And Primordial Bond deals with Golem, so it helps out at least. It's either Primordial Bond or Renewal I would go for between the 2. Whichever one you get, if you're playing Golems, just keep it with Ryan Claws. Because Ryan Claws is the most important thing you need. Then we got lucky we got attribute on there too and armor. So which is actually really good for our build. Because this one was just dex on it, so it's not bad either. Surprisingly, we actually got a good rolls on this because we probably could. So yeah, we still can't take away that the 30-point dex you need for the cold iron points. But it's pretty much a lot. It's the same. Still your same primordial jewels. The one might down here. I think it's 4 harmonies. 1, 2, 3. There's a fourth one somewhere. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I think it's 3 eminence. 1, 2, 3 greens. So yeah, it's the 1 red, 3 green, 4 blue. You can definitely change it around between the blue and the green, whichever you think's better. I honestly don't know the perfect combination with this. I'm not that good with... Never played the Elementals build. But pretty much it's like right now we're just going for armor. Because pretty much we're going to go back and forth between... I kept taking points off from this point and putting back non-stop based on the cluster tree. So that's pretty much it. POB will be linked in the description below about this build where it's at right now. So the only changes and all the flasks 2 were done, like for the same flasks for day 1. So pretty much the and we also did buy any type of 6 link I could find that was cheap on the market. I just put the colors in and just bought the first one that came up no matter what it was, as long as it didn't have a high dex requirement. I just bought it. And this is what we got for 25 chaos, I think, so it's not bad. And it's the brutality, the melee fizz, minion damage, carry-on golem, impale, multi-strike. Minion damage it could be your 6 link. That's the way it was when I did mine. And if you're going to work on awakened gems first, the first one you want to go for is melee fizz, just for the taunt ability. It's the best option to go for. And then later, like, you go for the other ones. Like, minion damage might be the cheapest one, but this one's going to be very expensive, but it's worth it. Because we'll probably valve the gems, the other 6 carry-on golems, to see. If one hits 21, we'll use it. If none of them hit 21, I'll just probably end up resetting this one. That's pretty much... So yeah, so some changes that I make, like the shield, don't change. I might end up getting rid of this animated guardian just because it's annoying to lose this. And end up just making this a main instead for these chaos golem, for the golems and the frenzy. Just turn this into main. And then maybe up here, I'll probably get rid of maybe elemental army. And maybe raise zombie and make this more specter base. Just was a little bit stronger on the specters. Which I don't know exactly with what yet, but probably something more specter to make them better. Just because losing specters, when you start getting like the real specters going, like the tool and all that, it's going to be really hard to get those back. And like maybe get rid of the vulnerability flash offering assassin marks. I just hate casting this nonstop. Ideally, I want to get a ring that says has assassin mark or vulnerability on hit in it. And then make this the cyclone. Cyclone, cast on damage taken, or channeling, or cast on channeling, at flash offering. So you just automatically get flash offering all the time. Because I always forget about it. And I'm just lazy. So that's pretty much... I'm trying to think. I think that's it. So that's pretty much the end of the build. Either we're going to continue, or we'll re-roll. That'll be the next video. If on the next video, which I don't know exactly what day it's going to be, it might not be until Christmas. Or a day after Christmas, depending on where we work and stuff. So it might be a little dry spell of videos. But just bear with me, because this will only come 21st. I'm only going to have 4 hours to play on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to play or not. So that's why I might have to wait a little bit. It just depends really where we go tomorrow. Oh, today you've seen this video. So, because if we re-roll, we'll do a video based on a re-roll build. It might be an aura stacker. Just at least try the build out, see what it is, because I have no idea. I never played a Scion, I never played Aura Stacker. So it'll be something new. Or a different type of build. Or we continue this build and actually min-max it with Brass Dome, all Awakened Gems, 21, 23, everything else. Go all out on the build, maybe. Get a better helmet. Better rings. Maybe better these ones. Make this actually the better belt, probably. Get the real amulets. A lot of areas to go with the build. It depends really where we want to go from here. Mainly because we lost the race, so it sort of sucks right now. But it's what we got is what we got. Oh yeah, and Pantheons. I always forget this one every video. Pantheons, it's Lunaris and the usual Girther or whatever you want to call it. These are the same two we do for every golem build pretty much. Movement speed, evasion, and a lot of defensive layer. Because defense is the most important thing with golem builds. So thank you for everyone coming on watching the video. If you like what you see, hit subscribe down below. If you don't like the video, hit a dislike and put your reason why. That's a way for me to learn too. I hope, if any questions, put in the comment below. Come follow me on Twitch. Come and watch our stream where we're playing something. And I hope everyone had a good time. Hope to see you in the next video.